Tomorrow there will be people who will attempt to burn the Quran on 9/11. Terry Jones, the misguided Christian fundamentalist preacher in Gainesville, Florida, is encouraging people to burn the book in order to, quote, stand against the evil of Islam. He is just another mediocre preacher, an opportunist taking advantage of the post 9/11 atmosphere in this country. Like others who have failed to make a truly moral mark amongst his peers, he's launched a determined effort to scapegoat American Muslims. The purpose is to rationalize a new hate campaign directed not against blacks, Japanese, or Jews, but against Muslims and Arabs. The irony is that this new bigotry smells, looks, and acts just like the old version. His us against them crusade has Christians as the defenders of civilization based on the Golden Rule and Muslims who are the other, and entirely at fault for the irreparable clash of civilizations. And to this crusade of terror rhetoric, Jones has brought forth the typical simple-minded language and exaggerated mannerisms of an over-the-edge televangelist. Jones may well believe that, quote, Islam is of the devil, or that it's causing billions of people to go to hell. He may believe it to be a violent religion. He has that right. The Constitution protects wisdom and ignorance. Muslims also have the right to their own beliefs. And if Allah is the voice that I hear in my head when I pray, burning every Quran in the world is not going to change that. General David Petraeus has stated correctly that the event could endanger American troops stationed in Afghanistan, and burning of the Quran is insulting to Muslims. So is burning the Bible and the Torah. The Islamic religion embraces all these three books. Will Reverend Jones burn those too? Hustlers will always be hustlers, and pompous, theocratic, fascist barbarians will always be willing to give lip service to controversy in exchange for an audience willing to listen to their apocalyptic rants and shameless self-promotion. Islam is not the devil. Destructive, self-serving behavior is. He and bin Laden both have this in common. Although most Americans reject the anti-Muslim campaigns, more religious and political leaders should be more vocal about such actions and stand against ideals and ideas that promote bigotry and distrust. As a Muslim, I am appalled that not enough is being done to defeat Islamophobia, but even some have become prone to making excuses for ultra-conservative forces in this country. As an American, I feel saddened that a great tradition of democracy is being defamed by people who believe in defamation instead of dialogue, and who prefer resentment over tolerance and mutual respect. As a human being, I oppose this type of behavior, regardless of the religions that they claim to hide behind. Remember what happened when no one stood up against the neocons during the war in Bosnia. The result of religious hatred in the early 1900s shocked a lot of people. Most people in the world were not prepared to see the full comeback of internment camps, mass murder of civilians, the reinstitution of torture and rape as acts of policy. Nor did we expect so many countries to be indifferent or even take the sides of the fascists. Our president has rightly and nobly made a point condemning in advance any hate campaign against those of the Muslim faith. He supported the rights of Muslims to build a mosque near Ground Zero, an event that had neocons howling with anger. But he must do more, along with others who have vowed to protect democracy. Democracy is no easy form of government. Few nations have been able to sustain it. Last, they must be first in recognizing the full human equality of all people. That's true if you're Muslim, Christian, or atheist. Muslims must no longer be required to atone for the sins of bin Laden or the vile actions of individual men, just as Christians are not accountable for the sins of Timothy McVeigh or any misguided soul who claims to act in the name of Jesus. Neither religions empower violence or the loss of innocent lives, nor do the actions of a few represent the whole. My name is Khalila Sabra, and I am an American Muslim. And I like to remind other Americans that it's one thing to assure a man's right to practice his faith traditions. It's another thing to ensure him an equal place to do so in this country. Thank you.